And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Tuesday, November 25th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. The sun is not shining today. It's shining, I guess, but you can't see it for all the clouds and the rain. Kind of a rainy type of Tuesday morning here. And we are on the air, of course, for Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Going to be talking with Justin Beasley of Mount Juliet in a few moments. But first, it is time for today's Health Minute, brought to you by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Recent studies have shown a drop-off in cancer screening during the first year of the pandemic has led to an increase in people presenting with advanced cancer diagnosis. This includes breast cancer. Mammograms are a type of screening test used to look for and diagnose breast cancer. They can detect signs of breast cancer early when it's highly treatable. Symptoms of breast cancer include finding a new lump or mass in the breast, swelling, skin dimpling, breast or nipple pain, nipple discharge or retraction, and swollen lymph nodes under the arm. Even if you aren't showing symptoms of breast cancer, or if you don't have a family history of breast cancer, you still need to get a mammogram each year if you are 40 and older. If you have a family history of breast or ovarian cancer, you may need to start screening earlier. No matter your level of risk, it's crucial to be proactive with your health and get screened regularly for breast cancer. For more information, visit VanderbiltWilsonCountyHospital.com. Well, it's been a week or two since I reminded you of Life's Essential 8, but let's do that again. Life's Essential 8 outlines a few easy steps you can take to live a healthier lifestyle. Eat better, manage weight, be more active, control cholesterol, quit tobacco, manage blood sugar, get healthy sleep, and manage blood pressure. So that's our presentation today from Vanderbilt Wilson. And now let's go to the telephone and Justin Beasley, who's Mount Juliet's Information Director, Communication Director, to get it right. Mount Juliet's Communication Director, Justin Beasley, good morning.
Coleman, good morning. So happy to be with you this morning, talk about Mount Juliet. Always a pleasure for us, so thank you for having us.
Well, we are always glad to have you, and I've said it several times, say it again this morning, between you and our Chamber of Commerce man over there in Mount Juliet, we keep up pretty well with what is going on. So what's the latest with you?
Well, we did not have a meeting last night, so Coleman, I guess we're gonna have to we'll make it up as we go, right? We're best on the fly.
Well, I think sometimes that's called winging it, which we have been known to do in the past. But is it raining there this morning?
It is. Yes, sir. Plenty of rain to go around. I will say we got some good stormwater systems in place in Mount Juliet that we've developed over the last couple of years and trying to implement. So if anything, the rain just helps people sleep a little bit better. But traffic shouldn't be too bad today. The kids are out of school at Wilson County schools. So hopefully the rain clears out by the time everybody really starts to travel from county to county during Thanksgiving.
Well, what about the city offices? Do you work through Wednesday? I think that's what we do here in Lebanon and in the county. And most people that work for the local government, I think, are off Thursday and Friday. Is that the way it is in Mount Juliet?
Yes, sir. That's the way it's set up. Now, do most people take vacation this week? Yes. I wouldn't say there's a ton of people working. A lot of people have worked hard throughout the year, saved up vacation, but Thursday and Friday we have off as customary. We are heavily promoting people to shop local.
Yeah.
I know Small Business Saturday is coming up, and Black Friday, and just the difference you can make in your community if you shop small and you shop local can be huge during this Christmas season. So we're trying to convince people that that's the way to go, and not just convince them, but just remind them what they've always done. So it's very important, especially with how our local government is set up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and as long as you're shopping Wilson County, you're helping Wilson County. Now, if you live in Mount Juliet, you're going to help Mount Juliet more by shopping there than if you go to Lebanon or Watertown. And the same with us here in Lebanon. It's we derive more in Lebanon if we shop here in Lebanon rather than Mount Juliet or Watertown. But even so, anywhere in Wilson County, we're all going to benefit some.
Absolutely, and it really starts from the ground up. We're trying to convince people. I'm sorry I'm using the verb convince, but just remind people to shop local because it's keeping a local neighbor's dream alive. It's allowing Mount Juliet to have those small local businesses that separate the county from others that are charming and the person, you can touch them, you can contact them. It just separates themselves a little bit from what you would see with a normal franchise. But then in addition to that, the sales tax dollars that come back to your city, and every dollar that comes to the city, an equal dollar goes to the county. And then you look at it from the standpoint of teachers, it also goes to support the school system and the teachers. So really when you look at all three of those components, if you can make a conscious decision to buy here as opposed to somewhere else or online, it really does make a huge difference when it comes to Mount Juliet operating for so long on no sales tax and then 11-cent tax. It's a game changer with what we can do with city services if you keep your money here in Mount Juliet or Wilson County.
Well, I guess enough of that. What's it been like so far? Has it already been shopping been picking up? Can you tell? You got any feelers out to know what's happening there?
Well, every time I go to Costco, it's hard to find a parking spot, and it looks like Sprouts is humming along since they've been up and running for a little bit longer than a month. I would say that everything's looking good. I know that Mount Juliet, as far as per capita income, is the second most of any city in the state of Tennessee. We're certainly proud to tout that. So as far as money to spend, there's a lot to spend here in Mount Juliet, and I would say over the last 5-10 years, we've obviously given them stores to be able to spend that money. Because one of the big things when I was hired here was, Kenny Martin would explain, a lot of people not only would have to fill up their gas and go to another city and sit in their traffic and spend money that goes to their local sales tax option. Now you can sit, not have to sit in traffic. You have very little traffic as far as on the weekends and spending. Being able to go to Providence, being able to go to the north side of town, it saves you on time. It's also a convenience factor, and it comes back to your local economy. So I would say, yeah, shopping is at an all-time high. I know we get sales tax numbers back every month from our finance director, Dana Heyer, and it always comes with good news. And we're able to report that at the end of the year at the mayor's state of the city that it has increased such and such percent for the whole fiscal year compared to last year. And that's music to Kenny Martin's ears when you operate on such a budget that is dependent upon the sales tax. Again, as I like to say, that is a game changer. It really helps us with what we're hopefully able to accomplish and what we're able to give the citizens.
Well, any new businesses coming online as we speak, or have recently, or are about to?
I'm trying to think. Yes, there is one. I've got to look it up. It's I was sent to it last night from our development services director, Jennifer Hamlin. Churros is coming on December 18th. They will be on Golden Bear Gateway exit. That is fresh Mexican. Again, December 8th on the Golden Bear Gateway exit, Churros. That is over there by Costco. There's a couple other businesses coming alongside them. I don't know the exact opening dates that they will have, but they're all kind of fairly in the same category as far as when they'll be open and built and able to operate and open business. I believe they're getting their certificate of occupancy today. And then a lot of people will start to see on that Golden Bear exit, it's starting to come up a little bit, but that will be the, I'm drawing a blank, that'll be the Texas Roadhouse. That's coming up, and it's going to be a game changer for the city of Mount Juliet as well. You know, Texas Roadhouse is certainly super popular, and really good steaks, really good food, really good atmosphere. That'll be over there by Costco as well on the Golden Bear exit. So a lot of things to look forward to in the city of Mount Juliet when it comes to businesses, Coleman.
All right, Justin Beasley is with us. He is Mount Juliet's communication director, and we're going to talk more after we take this break. And a reminder, our program brought to you by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. I want to thank our friends at Bates Ford. Lifetime brake pad guarantee. With the purchase of a brake service, replacement brake pads will be provided at no cost for as long as the customer owns the vehicle. Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. There was a car up against the wall at 24 westbound at Salem Pike. All that traffic starting to build now, trying to get out of Rutherford County up through the Antioch area on 24. Still a lot of rain out in parts of Rutherford County this morning, moving into Wilson. So be careful coming down I-40, especially through the Mount Juliet area as that really starts to build westbound, 40 on into Hermitage. When you need dependable towing for a car or truck, call STR Towing and Recovery here in Middle Tennessee. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Together in faith and care. This is Sean Dozier at Harshside Senior Living. Since 1994, Harshside has been focused on its residents for the glory of God and the enjoyment and security of all its residents. This mission, expressed initially by Dr. Jimmy Morris, continues to guide us today. Located in the heart of Lebanon, our respected, locally owned, nonprofit assisted living community offers a warm and welcoming environment. Schedule your tour today. Contact us at 615-443-1994.
I'm Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell.
And I'm Sarah Haston.
The holidays are a special time in Lebanon. It's the perfect chance to shop local. Every dollar you spend at a Lebanon business strengthens our community by supporting jobs, families, and the heartbeat of our hometown.
The shops and restaurants here are what make our city unique. From gifts and meals to decorations and experiences, every purchase makes a difference.
This season, keep it close to home. Shop local and help Lebanon shine a little brighter this Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
And we continue here on this Tuesday morning. Our program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Justin Beasley's with us. And Justin, we've talked sports mostly off the air this morning, but the week that Vanderbilt plays Tennessee, in most years it's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And we get a lot of build up to that, and you and I have been building up on that here when we were off the air this morning. We're live on Facebook, but off the air on the radio. So anyway, you have not you've not kept it a secret who you're pulling for. You've got to keep. You've got to keep it.
Not at all. I grew up a Florida Gator fan, and they got us this weekend. I'll admit. And I am a sore loser, but I'll give it to Tennessee. They've got a better program, and hopefully Florida gets Lane Kiffin, and we get back on that super long winning streak against that team in orange. But I don't hate Tennessee like I used to growing up. I'll admit that. But Vanderbilt's got a really cool story, and they've done a lot of good work, and they got a really good coach, really good quarterback. It'd be cool to see them potentially make the playoff. I know they have a chance. I know Tennessee really does not have a chance going into this game. So, listen, may the best team win. May it be a really good game. That's all I care about. But to see Vanderbilt win this weekend and go to the playoff, I think that'd be really cool. It would.
Well, it really would, and it's not impossible. It may be improbable at this point, but it'll kind of depend on how all the dominoes fall after the Saturday games, and you look. There's a few of them that's in the top 12, top 14 who could lose, and I think Vanderbilt is still 14th in the way that this committee or whoever makes the choices has them. This Utah team barely won last week. I think they're 13th. Anyway, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But, of course, should they lose to Tennessee, you can forget it all.
Oh, yeah. The math and the equations. Listen, I do like the playoff for the 12 teams. It feels like any and everybody is still alive, which it makes for compelling TV. But you look at Thanksgiving on Thursday, you got Cowboys, Chiefs, Lions, Packers, Bengals, Ravens, and then you got all the rivalries on Friday with, Georgia Tech, and, Alabama, Auburn. I'm missing some others. I don't know if they play Friday, but just the rivalries on Friday and then the rivalries on Saturday. I mean, we have like 72 hours of really, really good football, and I'm not even counting the NFL on Sunday. So we are spoiled this time of the year. It is a good time to enjoy sports, Coleman.
Yeah, and we might mention the Green Hill team. I believe they lost last weekend. Isn't that right?
I would say that doesn't tell the whole story. They were up 17-7 on Big Bad Oakland in Murfreesboro with about 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and Oakland turned it on. I know Josh Crouch has mentioned it on social media. He's still sick to his stomach about it. But, man, they won 2 playoff games for the first time in school history, almost knocked off Oakland for a third, which at that point you got to think that they're heading to the state championship. They would win the next week over who would be Blackman this week. Oakland and Blackman are playing. But, I mean, you're talking about Green Hill was this close to making it to the state title game. I think that might be the best team in history there at that school, and maybe in Wilson County's history. I don't want to speak out of turn. I haven't seen all those teams, but as far as Oakland being a barometer with how close you are, that's a really good team that lost. Yes, sir.
Oh, without a doubt, and you realize that those 2 in the finals are from Rutherford County.
Oh, absolutely. The other team, the Blackman beat Maryville, so usually it's Maryville in the semifinals facing off against an Oakland or a Whitehaven or some school from the Middle Tennessee area. So, Murfreesboro's got, they call it the SEC of high school football with how much they have on the interior offensive and defensive line with the boys that they've got on that side of the ball. So I think it'll be a good game. Blackman beat them. Blackman lost to them earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be good. I mean, I talk about it. A good time for sports fans, high school as well. You've got the TSSAA state championships the next weekend in Chattanooga, which is, I usually try to make it down there for a game or two. So really good time of the year. It's starting to rain. It's starting to get cold. So it's football weather, Coleman.
Yeah. We don't have a lot to talk about really regarding your city fathers and the Board of Commissioners in Mount Juliet without a meeting last night and so on. We'll get back to a little bit here before we end. But we have alluded many times to the fact that you did sports on Channel 4 in Nashville for a while, and we've never said much more about it than that. We know you have a love for sports, just like we've been talking this morning. But I've never had the opportunity, even as we have sat here or conversed over the phone from time to time, to really ask you what I want you to tell us now. Maybe a little bit about how you got into it, but what is it like to be given an assignment in your sports department on TV? You run with the story. You come in. You've got a few seconds, really, a minute or two to. Maybe you got, I don't know how many, 3 or 4 minutes, but maybe you got 3 or 4 stories and maybe a minute or 30 seconds to talk about a multitude of things. And what's that like, and how intense do you have to be when you're cramming a lot into a small time in a sportscast on live TV?
Well, it's intense, but, at that age, I was 21 and I left the business at 27. So, at 21, it's the biggest deal in the world to make sure all your video is on air, make sure your scripts are written. And most of the time that's you alone on a Saturday, and everybody just trusts that you get it on the air. And obviously you're going to, in your first job, you're going to make mistakes like you would anywhere. But, I got to the point, Coleman, near the end where when something wouldn't go right, that was kind of like where I thrived. Local news where video can go down or the teleprompter can go bad, or you get up to do your sportscast and you've developed 4.5 minutes and the producer's like, well, we went over on weather and this person's story went long, so you've actually got 3 minutes. Well, now you've got a speed read. Now you've got to cut some highlights, and you do it all at once. And I'm like, I kind of enjoy that because somebody at home has no clue of what's going on behind the scenes, but I know everything of what it took to make that happen. I remember sometimes being in the sports department waiting for a game to end, and on Saturday you go on at like 10:17, and there's a game ending at 10:12. You got to put in the score, you got to cut the final highlight, you got to write the script, and that's kind of when your heartbeat started, pumping a little bit, which I kind of enjoy. Getting right to the final deadline. There are things at the city that captivate your attention, and you're not really able to get to one task until the next day. And I kind of feel like I like that urgency, and that deadline has kind of bled over from what I had in local television to now. But not to bore anybody with my story, but I had a football coach in Jackson that instead of lifting weights in our weightlifting class, we listened to ESPN radio because he was drawing up football plays, and Colin Cowherd was on there. He's now on Fox Sports Radio, and I said, hey, I think that would be cool to talk sports 3 hours a day and try to make a living off of it. So I went to MTSU, and I did radio, and I did television. I also did some print media, and I kind of realized I try to be well-versed in all of it, but got my first job in television. I was able to intern at the athletic department at MTSU and really cut my teeth there and do everything that a sports reporter normally would have done, while also being able to pay for, my rent and also be able to get some experience. What was really cool, Coleman, was the national TV stations hardly ever came to MTSU to shoot the games just because it was like 50 minutes away. So my responsibility was to send it to them. So I was already having my content on the television in Nashville. That helped me land my first gig in Paducah, Kentucky, and then subsequently being able to land a dream job in Nashville at Channel 4. So that is the short and skinny of my sports career. Hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, and you went 7 years, 7 or 8?
2.5, and then 4, so almost 7. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, it's great to sit here and let you describe that and try to imagine some of what is going on. But you do some ad-libbing and some. Everything is not scripted for you to read, right? Especially when you've got to cut short and make some changes.
Correct. Yeah, and listen, the longer you do it, the more it just becomes second nature. I won't say that I miss local news, but a lot of those skills come over to the city of Mount Juliet when I need them most, as far as reporting on a fire, reporting on different things of serious nature topics that come through with the city. But the biggest thing one of my partners taught me, Big Joe Dubin, he's on a local competing radio station, but just self-deprecation helps. When you put somebody on TV like we do in the city of Mount Juliet that's not normally on it, you can help make them comfortable and make fun of yourself and really just exude some confidence in them. So that's what we try to do. And we shine a light on all the great things that are happening in Mount Juliet. We just want to make sure that people feel comfortable, people are confident and inclined to tell their story, and storytelling is what it comes down to at the end. All the people you see on TV are great storytellers. They're great people. They've got a lot of curiosity in their mind, and I think that's why we're so blessed to have great local news coverage, including you, Coleman. It's just really good people that want to be the voice of a community, and it's not easy work, but it's very rewarding.
Well, thank you. We got a minute and a half here. What anything coming up here before the end of the year that's worth noting this morning? And I do have another month,
Yes, sir. So we have a Christmas parade coming up December 13th. That will be at 11 o'clock start. But we've also added a Christmas market at Veterans Park, where we're going to have vendors, food trucks, Santa, the Christmas Place, Shiloh Baptist, and Chris Midget with Give a Little Christmas will be putting that on. That'll be great. As you know, our parade route is a little abbreviated this year, but we're going to have candy that's going to be able to be handed to people and kids at the VIP area, which is near the Chamber of Commerce and the Veterans Clock Tower, Veterans Park and the Clock Tower. So we've made some changes there. I encourage you to visit the City of Mount Juliet Facebook page to see that. And we also have our Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee Christmas Lights Walk. That'll be December 15th at 6 p.m. at Willoughby Station. All of this, of course, on our Facebook if you're not able to gather it while you're driving up and down the road. But it actually snowed during that walk last year, and we go walk and look at all the Christmas lights. So a really good time, a really good event, both of those. And there's no shortage of Christmas events in Mount Juliet, Coleman. We actually lit the Christmas tree last week. It went really well. Seth Wharton with Get Motivated did a really great job, and Shiloh Baptist did everything else on the outside with our parks department. So super thankful, and Merry Christmas to everyone in Mount Juliet.
Well, thanks for being with us this morning. We'll do it again at your scheduled time in December, and have a great Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and we'll see you next time, Justin.
Coleman, thank you, brother.
All right, that is part one of Coleman and Company, and of course it is brought to you by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, and more coming up here on FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by our friends at Absolute Kubota. High performance, high horsepower, 0% financing is still a thing. Now's the best time to save a new Kubota L-Series tractors, rated #1 for durability and owner experience in the U.S. Absolute Kubota, located at 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Steady flow of traffic coming down 65 southbound through Madison right now here at Briley. All that traffic building in 24 westbound up through the Antioch area coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. It's heavy now on 24 west here at Hickory Hollow Parkway. Watching it build down I-40 through the Wilson County area. Still some rain in parts of Wilson, Smith counties this morning. Be careful. When you need dependable towing for a car or a truck, call STR Towing and Recovery here in Middle Tennessee. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Ready for Christmas? AM 900 WKDA has got you covered. Starting in December, AM 900 will be broadcasting Christmas classics from 11 a.m. every weekday until 6 a.m. the next morning and all weekend long. Your favorites like Gene Autry, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, and Bing Crosby.
Of a white Christmas.
Great artists from the 40s through the 70s, like Brenda Lee, Johnny Mathis, Rosemary Clooney, Nat King Cole, and even some Elvis.
Have a blue.
Plus, we'll have a variety of modern rock, pop, and country stars, along with kids' favorites like the Muppets and Alvin and the Chipmunks. Get in the Christmas spirit, starting in December with WKDA AM 900.
The refreshing cool after coming in from a hot summer day. The perfect temperature to kick off your shoes and relax with a good book. When the weather heats up, a new Rheem AC system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Where a patient starts their cancer care matters. And here, that means Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center, Wilson County. It's Vanderbilt-level care without making the drive to Nashville. From screening to diagnosis to treatment and recovery, patients can get all the care they need right here close to home. So now, having the best care team and most advanced treatment is closer than ever. Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center, making cancer care personal.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
We'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies for today with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs will be in the upper 60s. We'll have mostly cloudy skies for tonight, lows around 50, and then partly cloudy and cooler for our Wednesday. Afternoon highs in the lower 50s. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions.
We welcome you to part 2 of Coleman & Company. It's a Tuesday. Tuesdays we feature Hearthside Senior Living and the executive director there, Sean Dozier. Sean's with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. It's raining out there.
Always good to see you, rain or shine.
Rain or shine. I'm here on Tuesdays. It's always great to be here on Tuesdays. I got a text sent to me from, actually Susie sent it to me, and I wanted to read it to you. It's really good. It says, just thought I'd let you know that my mom moved to Hearthside yesterday, and it could not have been better, or it could have not gone better. Everyone there is wonderful, especially Janet and Cindy. She didn't mention my name, but Janet and Cindy are wonderful. Mom has friends living there and already has made new friends. So thankful and grateful. Please pass my comments along. Happy Thanksgiving. So I thought that was nice, from a daughter who just placed her mom in Hearthside. And, we do try to make things, we try to get the residents assimilated into Hearthside as smoothly as we can. I tell you, we have a resident that goes around with the new resident, kind of introducing them to the residents. We put the new resident at a table that we think they'll feel comfortable talking to other residents. Maybe they have a friend there, or maybe they've known somebody, and we sit them at that table. We invite them to activities. We make sure they know when things are, when laundry comes by, when housekeeping comes by. So we really do try to make things as smoothly as possible. And I think this comment shows that we do that, and we do our best to make sure that new residents feel comfortable. It's a big deal, when you move into an assisted living. Mm-hmm. You lived on your own for 70, 80 years, you've done your own thing, you've had your own house, you know where things are, and moving into a whole new place at 80 or 90 years old, that's a big deal. And so we try to make things as smoothly as possible, and I'm glad this lady feels comfortable. I saw her yesterday, she was laughing and she was out of her room, and I tell people all the time, they're not in their rooms that much. They're 3 meals a day, they're out of their rooms. We have activities at least twice a day, so 5 times a day at least, if you want to be, you're out of your rooms, you're socializing, you're doing things that you enjoy doing, and that really does make a difference. A lot of people choose to stay in their rooms. A lot of people choose to read, a lot of people choose to watch TV, watch a ball game or two. That's totally fine. But those that want to be out of their rooms do, and we do encourage, we do really insist that they come to the dining room 3 times a day just to get them out of their rooms, make sure they're socializing, make sure they're getting the proper nutrition. And when they do that, Coleman, as I've said many times on here, they're a whole new person in a week or two. It's just amazing because they're getting their medication timely, they're getting good nutrition, they're getting that socialization, which they haven't gotten for so long, and it just makes a whole new person.
Well, to hear you talk about this week after week after week, and I'm thinking, you're somebody at Hearthside.
I am somebody.
Your resident. Each resident is somebody at Hearthside.
That's right.
You're not just somebody who's got a relative going to send us a check once a month.
That's right. Well, you're not just a number. We know your name. We know what you like. I have trouble remembering names, but I see the census list every morning, and so I do know everybody's name. And most of the time, I know something about every resident in that building. Maybe where they went to church, or what they like for breakfast, or who their family is. I know something about every resident, and that really is what makes Hearthside different. Is we know your name. Every resident, Coleman, has my cell phone number. In fact, Saturday night, before the UT game, I got a call from Harry Poss. Harry said he couldn't get his TV working, so he called me. And I said, Harry, I don't know much about how to fix a TV, but I'll get somebody in there to fix it. And so we took care of him. He wanted to watch the UT game. So people have my cell phone numbers. If things aren't going right, they can call me. I can get it fixed.
Well, I hope you got it fixed during the first half.
I think we did. Anyway, we got it fixed, and he was able to watch the games, and because that's important. If you can't see a game. So anyway, he called me, and we got that fixed. So you're not just a number, Coleman. You're right. You're a name, and you're somebody, and that does make a difference.
Well, I guess it's time for Harshside Hello.
Well, let me mention two things real quick. Harshside, Christmas at Harshside is December 4th, 3 to 6 p.m. at 308 Dudley Lane. It's in our independent living community. Christmas at Harshside, December 4th, 3 to 6 p.m. I want to invite everybody out for that. Our residents would love to see you in our independent living retirement community. They'd love to see you. And then also on December 9th at 2 o'clock, the Harshside Choir is going to do a performance. And if you haven't seen them, we have residents not only from our assisted living, but from our independent living. They come together. They do a great performance. We have soloists from the independent living and the assisted living. And they would love to see a big crowd there December 9th at 2 o'clock in the assisted living. So I wanted to invite people for those two events. And then my Harshside hello, Mayor Rick Bell's birthday is today, so I wanted to say hello to Mayor Rick Bell. Happy birthday. It's always good to say hello to the mayor, so I wanted to make sure I said hello to him.
You going to tell how many years? Do you even know?
I don't want to say.
Is he older than you? Or
he is older. He's a lot older than me.
Okay, well,
not a lot older, but he is older.
Okay. Harshside hello to Mayor Rick Bell.
Have a good week, Coleman.
All right, you too. See you next Tuesday, and thank you so much. Sean Dozier, Executive Director, Harshside Senior Living, 215 Castle Heights Avenue North, right here in Lebanon. We're about 20 minutes before the hour, and Melanie Mentor is here this morning. Melanie is the President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, and we try to get her out here each month, and she has made it today, and it's good to see you, and a good morning.
Good to see you too, Coleman.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Busy.
Busy. It's the holiday season. Lots
You've
of
been
shopping.
Sitting here arranging your notes all the time Sean was talking.
You've been watching me. I was listening to Sean though. He's had some good shout outs. So Mayor Bell's birthday, and then we have his little party on December the 4th, so all should join. We're thankful for Harshside and all they can do for our assisted living here in Lebanon.
Well, we are glad that you could make it. You weren't feeling so well the last time or two that you were scheduled to be here, and I know Susie came in here and we talked chamber news a little bit, but it wasn't like having you here, and we appreciate you could make it this morning. I hope things are going well.
I'm glad to be here. Sometimes it's bad when your health goes a little bit down and then you pop back up. So I'm back and ready, Coleman.
Oh, good. What do you got for us?
Oh, I've got a lot. Where should we start, right?
That's up to you. I'm asking the questions today.
Well, we do have a lot coming up. We'll start out with November the 25th, which is our Christmas parade registration guideline. So just to remind everyone that the Lebanon Christmas Parade is a partnership between the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce and the City of Lebanon. So we are very happy to say that we are a part of the parade. It is always the first Saturday in December, so it never changes or hasn't in some time. It's at 2 p.m. We want to make sure that everyone is out and about and around, but we also want to make sure that we have people that sign up that day. But I do want to talk a little bit about our press release that went out so that everybody knows, what is scheduled and what needs to happen. Of course, the Christmas parade will begin at the former Lebanon High School, located on Harding Drive, which is our Wilson County training and complex. Mm-hmm. So travel, park down Park Avenue to East Main, around the public square before exiting onto West Main, and then of course it ends at D.T. McCall and Son. So it is the same route that we've had. It seems to be the safest route. We just had a meeting last week, obviously with LPD and public safety on, making sure that it's as safe as it can be, because that's really one of the most important things when we have this many people out to enjoy the parade. And we certainly want it for children and for them to have fun and Santa Claus, but we do want to make sure that it's a safe parade.
I'm trying to think. That's 2.5 miles at least, isn't it?
It is 2.5 miles.
Oh, 2.5.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. It has been walked. We have talked about that, and believe it or not, it's a good little pace, especially for walkers or dance teams, things like that. So we do ask that if you have entered and registered for the parade, that you do attend a meeting with us, and that is on December 2nd, which is our Christmas parade driver meeting at 6:30 p.m. at the Chamber. That's where we'll go over a lot of details about the floats and how big the trucks are and things like that, exactly how many Jeeps that we have, so that we can line those up for the community.
Well, probably not a lot of changes from year to year. I mean, the guidelines are pretty much the same. There might be some slight modifications, but generally speaking, it's pretty much the same, and the same parade route now for a while. We used to go the other way, start at the other side
that
of Lebanon,
right.
and come east, but this seems to work better from what I hear.
It does. It seems to work better. They are going, of course, downhill most of the way. So if you're starting up there at Park Avenue, you're coming down down the hill and around the square, and then it just seems to fit to end right at the parking lot, right there. So the bigger trucks, we're going to ask that they keep going. Everybody over in the DT McCall area in that parking lot, of course, are the floats, and where parents will come pick up the children. And I think that's very important. Like I said, safety is always important, but we have had some tragedies in Wilson County, and we just want to make sure that we're safe, and I hope that everybody understands.
Well, it's a spacious area there.
It is. Yeah. It is, for sure.
Melanie, we're already ready for a break. It's time anyway, so I'm going to interrupt you long enough for us to take a break. Melanie Mentor's with us from the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce here on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford. Bates Ford, they are located at 1780 Franklin Road, and they've got that regular oil change. It's $39.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal. Again, 1780 Franklin Road. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. I still see some volume coming down 24 westbound at Bell Road, coming in from Rutherford County. Still dealing with some rain in parts of Wilson County right now. Coming down the interstate, still heavy, but moving 65 south down through Madison right now, where it slows 65 south there at Trinity Lane. Hey, when you need dependable towing for a car or truck, call STR Towing and Recovery right here in Middle Tennessee. Check them out first at strtow.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The final stretch of 4 straight home games happens this Sunday as the Titans have their first matchup with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Farm Bureau Health Plant's Titans countdown begins at 11. Then all the action starts with a kickoff at noon. Titans, Jaguars.
Brought to you by Bates Ford, the City of Lebanon Gas Department, Steve Moe Plumbing, and the Jewelers.
The Tennessee Titans on your sports leader in Wilson County, WANT FM 98.9.
Cedar City RV, your destination for all things camping. Whether you're looking for travel trailers, fifth wheels, or anything in between, Cedar City RV has you covered. We proudly offer top brands like Forest River, Palomino, Rockwood, Coachman, and more. Plus, expert service after the sale to keep you on the road with confidence. Financing is available, making it easier than ever to start your next adventure. Visit us online at cedarcityrv.com or stop by our location at 1102 Sparta Pike in Lebanon to explore new and previously enjoyed models today.
Are you?
Well, we continue here for Tuesday. Melanie Mentor's with us, and pick up where you left off. A lot to talk about this morning. A lot of things are happening.
We do. Just to finish up the Christmas parade, I do want to mention one more time that it is the first Sunday in December, which is December the 7th. Mm-hmm. So we just want to make sure that everyone knows that Sunday it's always been the day that it is. It seems like it's a little later this year, so just want to make sure that everybody comes out on Sunday. The meteorologist Davis Nolan will serve as our Grand Marshal. for the 2025 Lebanon Christmas Parade. So this is hot off the press. The press release has been sent, but it has not been released yet. And of course, he recently retired from WKRN TV, News 2, and after 44 years of broadcasting weather and reporting the station, during this time with WKRN, he has worked many severe weather and tornado situations to help keep residents of Middle Tennessee safe. Nolan has been a resident of Wilson County for 30 years, so he really keeps up with Wilson County, and we're happy to have him as our to serve as our Grand Marshal.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to enter a float, please contact Lebanon Wilson County Chamber event Lebanon Christmas Parade. The cost is $40 per entry, and the deadline again is Tuesday, today, November the 25th. So participants need to be judged, of course. So we do ask that you are there by noon. If you are not there by noon, then we cannot guarantee that your float will be judged. So, we're looking for a lot of floats, a lot of music, a lot of fun. We want to make sure that we have tons of things to do for the and things to see for everyone that is actually going to be on the route, because that's a pretty large route that we talked about. Next thing I want to talk about is, of course, would be completely where the chamber lands, is our Shop Small programs that we have going on today. So we're very thankful for our small businesses. They are the heartbeat of our communities. We have two or three different things going on. So certainly we don't want to confuse you, but we're giving out a lot of money. So we have the 10 Community Program, which this is the 5th year. Shop, Eat, Play, Support Shop Small Businesses. The bucks that you have picked up at the banks are valid November the 28th through December the 7th. So please go to www.teamcommunity.com to find all the participating locations. If you get to a business and they don't know anything about the program, you're certainly welcome to give me a call at 615-260-8901. That is my personal and business cell, and I will be happy to let you know where those businesses are located, or happy to talk to someone there. Sometimes it's hard to get out and make sure that everybody understands those locations, and we just don't want to leave anybody out. Of course, the consumers are supporting our community, and we're very thankful for that.
Well, you, I think, pretty much spearheaded this along with the participating banks and got this going several years ago, and it's been such a hit that you almost can't stop it. Now, I don't think you want to, but it has been fun. It was when we have challenging times, but then they kind of flipped it to where certainly they've been doing community service projects. They did one over Mount Juliet, First Harvest over there. First Bank, McKenna Leonetta kind of speared that up, so I want to thank her for doing that. But I do want to thank the 10 community partners. They are banks that come together. They do give money. And we want to make sure that all of the consumers understand that, there's only much money that they can give out, but they are $10 bucks. The banks that I want to give a shout out to are Bank Tennessee, First Bank, First Freedom Bank, Pinnacle Financial Partners, Southern Bank of Tennessee, Wellworth Bank, which is our formerly Liberty State Bank, and Wilson Bank and Trust. And then, of course, the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce, and the Watertown and East Wilson Chamber of Commerce are all involved in that project. So we just ask you to get those bucks to us so that we can have that check written by the end of the year. So that's the 10 Community Project. Moving
right along, we have this is really fun for our area. So we have a receipt raffle. So win $250 to spend at your favorite local business. This is a partnership between the City of Lebanon and the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. So we would love for you to make a purchase at your favorite small business in Lebanon. Drop off the receipt at the chamber with your name and your phone number on it, as well as your email. Each receipt is one entry. There is an unlimited entries are allowed. That deadline is December the 31st. The winner will be announced by January 5th. We decided that this was a great opportunity for us to have people shop small for the rest of the year. Obviously, it tends to, get a little bit slower going into New Year's, and we want to make sure throughout December that people are still spending money and helping our economy. We know without these businesses and all that they give back to our community, that it wouldn't be possible for us to be here. So
the more receipts you have, the better your chances, of course.
You got it.
No limit on how many receipts you can have. The more, the merrier. But you got to turn them in.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So you can email them to us, and you can either email them to www.chamberoffice at LebanonWilsonChamber.com. So pretty simple, but we are, if that's a better fit for you, you can email them, or you can just, like I said, drop them off. But I'm sure if you're shopping, on the square, that you might just be around and might just want to drop them off. But we will be giving out 4 of those $250 gift cards. So you have a chance for 4, but do bring in all of your receipts, drop them off. Of course, our address is 149 Public Square if you are not familiar with it, and we do ask you to go online and really share this with social media. It's just like the teen community. When you see it, share it, because we want so many people to understand about it. We need the businesses to know about it. We need the consumers to know about it. The bucks are gone. There were thousands of bucks that were handed out. So I'm not sure that our community really realizes, how many dollars that there are that the banks actually put into that program. And then for this one in particular, the City of Lebanon is a partner with the City of Lebanon. So then there's another one. So we'll be giving out for the Downtown Square merchants money as well through the Historic Lebanon program and the Downtown Lebanon group. So we are part of that as well. So money flying everywhere to spend in all of our stores, and we are super excited to be able to do that and to give back to our community.
And that's a lot of what the Chamber is all about.
This is what the Chamber is all about. But again, I will say, shopping local, it's shopping with your friends, it's shopping with your neighbors, it's people that you love to be around. You'll run into people, I know I do, and I'm out shopping local. So it's a happy time for us in Lebanon, in Wilson County, and we want you to make sure that everybody takes the opportunity to be a part of what we do. Of course, we can say that every local purchase fuels jobs, supports local causes, and builds the kind of community that what we all call home. So just a few facts. 99.5% of Tennessee businesses are small businesses. $68 of every $100 spent locally stays in the community. 79% of small businesses owners say the holiday season is important for their yearly profit, so it ends the year. And then small businesses donate 250% more to local causes. So people really think about that. Every business is individual. Every business has a passion, but every business in town tries to support something. And when you're supporting them, that they are supporting something else. It's kind of like the Chamber of Commerce. People think, what does the Chamber of Commerce do? We're giving back money. So we had our teacher grant, just to back up a little bit. It will be in December, but we had the committee come in and choose the grants. This year we were able to give out 41 grants. So we're super excited. We had over 116 schools and teachers that actually participated. And we're giving over $21,000 this year. So the Taste of Wilson County was a big success for us. And it's just a way for people to understand that we're out there and we're supporting our community in so many different ways.
Well, I think we are a pretty giving community. I know we are. But people, individuals who are in need or who have misfortunes, we come to their rescue so many times. But like like the thing for the teachers, there's things that education needs that they wouldn't have otherwise without these teacher grants, and some of those last on and on and on. Some of them, I guess, are consumed maybe in 1 year, but others are. It depends on what it is, obviously.
And we were just talking the other day, how many projects that the chamber actually does that people don't know about. Yeah. It's something as simple as Community in the Lebanon Christmas Parade, but we also had a partnership just the other week with the Wilson County Mayor's Office, with the Wilson County Schools, with Whataburger, and the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber. We gave away the buddy benches, and that was a real heart-wrenching event, because those buddy benches mean something to people. They mean something to children that don't have friends, or they can meet someone, and it's simply Wilson County kind. And there's so many times that we want to say all the things that are happening that people don't know about, or that are things that we could do better. But for us to be such a kind county is very, very important to us. So we did have a very successful event there as well.
Yeah. All right. I'm just wondering, you'll be off office closed Thanksgiving. What about Friday?
We will be closed on Friday. We will have people out shopping, of course, all day long. But that's what we do. So
you've got to shop.
I shop all year, every year. So it's funny. I had Sarah Collins in from Poppy's the other day. She said, I want to do a quick video. And I said, well, this is the first day you have not seen me in Poppy's. But I do support all of our local businesses. And that's just something that we want to continue to do. Giving Tuesday is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. It's the first Tuesday, and I just wanted to go over the organizations and the restaurants of choice. Wilson Rides has Taziki's in Mount Juliet, so please go support them. Collins Light, Town Square Social, Girls and Boys Club, Sammy B's, Volunteer Network, Cedar City Brewing, Compassionate Hands, Snow White Drive-In, Empower Me Center, Lebanon Chick-fil-A. So go visit some of those restaurants. If you have any questions, please give us a call. We have our Great Women in the Lead holiday party at the Front Porch Cafe on the 9th, and we have 3 ribbon cuttings coming up. So we are not finished. I would be remiss by saying Lebanon's Christmas on the Square, also a partnership with the City of Lebanon, will be on December the 13th. So please join us from 11 to 6 on the Square.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning. We are out of time. We'll see you in December, I hope. We'll get that set up here in a moment. Until tomorrow, I wish you a terrific day.